This is the trading review for the 6th of July 2023. It's a Thursday. I'm not gonna today was a very messy day, but I'm still gonna record it, I suppose. But I took 5 trades today, which is why I was hesitating to do it. But I think it's still worth to take it. The first trade, I paid too much attention to AMD, and to be honest, because of the width of the pivots, perhaps it wasn't the best trade to take. The pivots were wide. And we were opening very close to S4, so it would have been more difficult to trade it for an outside day. And we were opening way too far from the previous day value, so we were in search of new value. And one thing I noticed before the market opened was that we had value here, so we were gonna run into support very soon. And for us to trade to the inside, there wasn't really, any incentive to go back in, because value is all the way here at the 113. So what I'm trying to say is that the stock was very weak, right? So there was a mix of shorts covering, and a mix of short selling as well, because we were still very weak. So it wasn't the ideal stock to trade, even though it ended up trading to the downside. But it did it only in one 5-minute candle, and after that it refused to go any lower and just pulled back, pretty much reversed, and rejected this level here, which is around the area of the pre-market low. And then we tried to reject, and now we're buying up, and it's like we're gonna have a very tight value area here. So maybe it's gonna set up for an outside day tomorrow for a continuation, especially because we're setting value lower than yesterday. So on Friday it might actually continue to sell off more, or if we end up closing. No, I think the only reasonable response is when we're gonna continue down, unless it closes on a doji on the daily, on a hammer, and then we have to set value higher tomorrow. But anyways, AMD was complicated, but Tesla had tighter pivots, so it qualified more as an outside day, even though they were bullish. So we were trading inside value, so that made it a little more difficult for me. But a breakout side value will have been a short for sure. So using these pivots, it offered the best opportunity. So I'm very disappointed I didn't take it. This was a perfect area to take a short. Here, and here, we had 2 opportunities to enter short on Tesla for the big drop. I'm just disappointed that I wasn't paying too much attention to this stock, because usually Tesla is more difficult than AMD. And so my first trade was an S4 breakdown, which is an S4 breakdown opens inside, so it's a B strategy. This was a B strategy, and we did not execute, so none of this matters. That's awful. And after we failed, we got back inside S4, but it's not inside value, so I shouldn't have gotten long. I should have waited. But again, I wanted to play an S4 reversal. I tried to pay too much attention to the pivots as a signal for entry, so I tried to play an S4 reversal. technically I can do because it's an outside day, because it's an inside day. We have very wide pivots. Oh my god, what was the number? E. But there wasn't really a signal strength. I should have been more patient. So we didn't execute, so none of this matters. And then after that, we were trading with fear pretty much for another B. There was no BPA signal yet. Uh, these were just very wide 1 minute candles, and you can look at the 5 minutes. It's very ugly price action, but you can tell that compression is forming. So I need to be patient, and I think need to understand that these signals are coming right here. So this short was done out of fear, and then this entry, we form a nice hammer here, but it was a bit anticipated. So I don't think we executed correctly here. Had I waited for this to close, then I would have made my entry with confidence here, and that's what I did. So technically only one valid trade, this one, which is why I'm just gonna do this here so I can have a record. But I'm not gonna do I'm not gonna do a new stats set because this trading day, it's not worth it. I didn't. I used more of a practice today because I do need the practice. So the level 2 was very bearish, and we actually ended up winning this. And actually, how much did we recover? We're talking about -1 R, -1 R. And then this one, this short, I got out before it stopped me out. Which one did I get out of? 72, 50. I think the long. Let's see. I think it was one short. Well, anyways, one of them was not a full loss, so it's two, and then another R. So I made 3.6 R on this trade, which is very good. So this was a very good trade. Got out at this price because around 2R. I don't know why. I think it's because the hotkey was messed up. I left some number there, and I don't know why it got me out, but still worked out. So, anyways, I'm very happy with how I recovered, how I ended up recovering all the losses. So this is good. So I did not respect rules today, so I need to pay attention to that. I will say 7, and then I think 7. Today was not necessarily good. I didn't went over my playbook as I should have. That good pre-market prep. Good stock selection. Respected stop losses. I did not meet my goal today, which is unfortunate. this has to be green. If I execute 75%, this I think 25%. I would say. So no good execution today. We took 5 trades, which is not good. I should limit myself to 4, and this is 1 and 4 minus 0.2. So unfortunately, that I didn't wait for this BPA signal, but it's gonna be interesting when I do this later. It's gonna be very interesting to see. If I can pull the trigger correctly this time. I run out of patience. Should have been patient. And now we're trading very in a very tight angle. We're gonna test the open price on AMD, but I think at most we're gonna go back to S3 and then reject S3. But yeah, that's it for my trading review. Managed to recover most of my losses, but I did not get a chance to execute 100%. So still a learning experience with what I'm learning, with the new things that I'm learning. But I need to pay attention to what matters, and I need to get rid of my old habits using the pivot system as my main point of entry, when it has to be pretty much the BPA signals.